In the last class, we were studying space lattice or crystal lattice, lattice points, and unit cell. So, what is space lattice? The arrangement of lattice points in three-dimensional space. The arrangement of constituent particles or the lattice points in three-dimensional space is known as space lattice or crystal lattice. The points which represents constituent particles in space lattice are called lattice points. And then what is unit cell? It is the smallest repeating unit which build up the space lattice is called unit cell, or the unit cells are the building blocks of space lattice. Now coming to the parameters of unit cell. The unit cell is characterized by two parameters, namely number one, the relative length of the edges. They are also called as axial distances small a, b, c, and another parameter is the the angle between the edges, namely the axial angles alpha, beta, and gamma. So, suppose this is the unit cell. So, this unit cell is characterized by the relative edge length A, B, C. They are also called as axial distances, and another parameter is axial angles, namely alpha, A opposite alpha, B opposite beta, and C opposite gamma. So, the parameters of a unit cell is axial distances A, B, C, and axial angles alpha, beta, and gamma. So, we have also studied the types of unit cells. So, unit cells are of two types. Number one, primitive unit cells, and number two, non-primitive unit cells, they are also called as centered unit cells. So, in primitive unit cells, points or the constituent particles are present only at the corners. These type of unit cells are called primitive unit cells. In primitive unit cells, the particles are present only at the corners of the unit cells. And second type of unit cells are centered unit cells or non-primitive unit cells. So, in non-primitive unit cells, points are present not only at the corners but also at other places. So, in primitive unit cells in non-primitive unit cells or centered unit cells, there are three types, namely body centered, face centered, and end centered. In body centered unit cell, what happens? In addition to the corner particles, a single particle is also present at the center of the body, and it is called body centered unit cell. So, what is the second type of non-primitive unit cell? Second type is face centered unit cell. In face centered unit cell, points are present not only at the corners but also at the center of 6 faces. So, this one is face centered unit cells. So, another type is end centered unit cell. In end centered unit cells, points are present not only at the corners but also at the end faces. These are the end faces. So, at the center of the end faces. So, now coming to the types of primitive unit cells. What are primitive unit cells? Unit cells in which the points are present only at the corners. So depending upon the axial distances and axial angles, primitive unit cells are of 7 types. So those types are called 7 crystal systems. So types of primitive unit cells. Primitive unit cells. So cells in which the points are present only at the corners are called primitive unit cells. Depending upon the lengths A, B, C, these are called axial lengths, and the axial angles alpha, beta and gamma. Primitive unit cells are of 7 types. Those 7 types of primitive unit cells are called 7 crystal systems. So the 7 crystal systems are listed in the following table. So depending upon the axial distances A, B, C and axial angles alpha, beta and gamma, primitive unit cells are of the following 7 types. Number 1, it is cubic crystal system, serial number crystal system, axial distances, that is small a, b and c, axial angles alpha, beta and gamma, and examples. So first type of primitive unit cell is cubic. Here A equals B equals C. If the distance A equals B equals C, and if alpha equals beta equals gamma equals 90 degrees, that crystal name is cubic. The crystal name is cubic. So second type is tetragonal. Third type is orthorhombic. Fourth one is rhombohedral. Rhombohedral, they are also called as trigonal. Trigonal. Fifth one is hexagonal. Sixth one is monoclinic, and seventh one is triclinic. Triclinic. So these are the 7 types. So first one is cubic, second one is orthorhombic, third one is rhombohedral or trigonal, fifth one is hexagonal, sixth one is monoclinic, and seventh one is triclinic. It is triclinic. So in cubic A equals B equals C, in trigonal A equals B not equal to C, here A not equal to B not equal to C, again here A equals B equals C, here A equals B not equal to C, A not equal to B not equal to C, A not equal to B not equal to C. So depending upon the axial distances, if A equals B equals C cubic, A equal to B not equal to C, here alpha equals beta equals gamma equals 90 degrees, alpha equals beta equals gamma equals 90 degrees, here alpha equals beta equals gamma not equal to 90 degrees. alpha equals beta equals 90 degrees and gamma equals 120 degrees. Gamma equals 120 degrees. Here alpha equals gamma equals 90 degrees, beta not equal to 90 degrees. Here alpha not equal to beta, not equal to gamma, not equal to 90 degrees. So this is the differences between cubic, all these 7 types of crystal systems. So if A equals B equals C and if alpha equals beta equals gamma equals 90 degrees, its structure is cubic. Like that you have to bear in your mind. Coming to the examples, I will give you the examples. So for cubic, NaCl and zinc blende. Zinc blende formula is zinc sulfide and copper. So the structure of sodium chloride, zinc sulfide, copper, etc. are cubic. Here the unit cell length is A equals B equals C and alpha equals gamma equals beta equals 90 degrees. So example for trigonal, copper sulfate CuSO4 and ammonium bromide. Example for orthorhombic, it is rhombosulfur and potassium nitrate, barium sulfate, etc. These are all the structure. For these crystals, this is the structure. Similarly for rhombohedral, CaCO3, the structure of calcium carbonate is rhombohedral. Similarly, HgS, it is called cinnabar. So mercurous sulfide is called cinnabar. Similarly, hexagonal structure is for graphite, zinc oxide, cadmium sulfide, etc. Similarly, for monoclinic sulfur, sodium sulfate 10H2O, Na2SO4 10H2O, sodium sulfate decahydrate, and lastly for triclinic K2Cr2O7 and CuSO4 5H2O, copper sulfate pentahydrate. Structure is triclinic, anhydrous copper sulfate is trigonal. So this is how primitive unit cells, coming to the types of primitive unit cells, depending upon the axial distances and axial angles, primitive unit cells are classified into following 7 types. These 7 types of crystals are called 7 crystal systems. So you may ask in the examination, name how many crystal systems are there, name them. So these are the, you have to write the names: cubic, tetragonal, orthorhombic, rhombohedral, hexagonal, monoclinic and triclinic. The difference between these 7 types of crystals only in case of axial distances and axial angles, and these are some of the examples for the crystals having these structure. So now we have studied the types of unit cells. Now we will know something about the types of lattices, crystal lattice or space lattice. When unit cells are arranged in 3-dimensional space, You will get space lattice or crystal lattice. Bravies obtained different lattices based on the arrangement of lattice points in different crystal structures. So write down Bravies Bravies established different lattices according to the arrangement of points. What is here points means? Here lattice points. Lattice points means the constituent particles according to the arrangement of points in the crystal system. In crystal systems. So Bravies established different lattices according to the arrangement of points in crystal systems. So there are 7 crystal systems. Depending upon the arrangement of points in each crystal system, Bravies arrived at different lattices. Those lattices are called Bravies lattices. So 7 crystal system, 7 crystal system give rise to 14 possible 3-dimensional lattices. So by the arrangement of points in different crystal systems, we will get different lattices. So 7 crystal system, when we arrange the points in 7 crystal system, 14 possible 3-dimensional lattices are obtained. These are called Bravies lattices. These are called Bravies lattice. So by arranging lattice points in the 7 crystal system, Bravies established different lattices. By arranging points in various 7 crystal systems, Bravies arrived or established 14 different types of lattices. Those lattices are called Bravies lattice. So Bravies lattice for different crystal systems are like these. Crystal system number 1 cubic, number 2 tetragonal, number 3 orthorhombic, number 4 rhombohedral, and number 5 hexagonal, and number 6 monoclinic, and number 7 triclinic. So these are all the crystal system. So number of Bravies lattices. In cubic system, there are 3 Bravies lattices possible according to Bravies. Number 1 simple, number 2 body centered, number 3 face centered. Simple, body centered and face temple. In trigonal there are two. Number one, simple, and number two, body centered. And in orthorhombic there are four. Brevis lattices. Number one, simple. Number two, body centered. Number three, face centered. And number four, end centered. End centered. So these are all the four possible Brevis lattices in orthorhombic. Rhombohedral, there are two. Number one, simple, and there is only one simple. Number two, end centered. So here there are two. One is simple and end centered. Simple and end. Number two, end centered. And lastly there is only one, that is simple. So altogether, simple, body centered, face centered, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14 Brevis lattices. So this is how by arranging points in different unit cells or crystal systems, Brevis arrived at 14 possible three-dimensional lattices. Those lattices are called Brevis lattices. So in simple, say what is the meaning of cubic? In cubic, A equals B equals C. Alpha equals beta equals gamma. So you will get this cubic structure. So in this cubic structure, A equals B equals C, alpha equals beta equals gamma. So what is the structure? This is cubic structure. In cubic structure, simple. What is the meaning of simple? Number one, this is one structure. Points are arranged, points are available only at the corners. So if A equals B equals C, alpha equals gamma, beta equals gamma, and if the particles are arranged only at the corners, it will become simple. So coming to body centered, in addition to points at the corners, if the point is present at the center of the body, this is another structure, that is body centered. Face centered, in addition to points at the corners, if the particles are present at the center of each faces, that becomes face centered. So in cubic there are three types of arrangement which gives three types of lattices. Similarly, tetragonal. What is the meaning of tetragonal? If A equals B and it is not equal to C, alpha equals beta equals gamma equals 90 degrees, then the structure is tetragonal. In tetragonal, we can have simple and body centered. A equals B not equal to C, alpha equals beta equals gamma equals 90 degrees, that structure becomes tetragonal. In tetragonal, again there are two structures. Simple, if particles are present only at the corners, it becomes simple, and if there is another particle at the body, center of the body, it is called body centered. So like that, depending upon the arrangement of particles in various crystals, we will have different types of lattices. Out of 7 crystal system, Brevis established 14 types of lattices depending upon the arrangement of particles in various sides, namely corners, body centered, face centered, end centers, etc. These are all the possible Brevis lattices. So altogether there are 14 brevis lattices. So next we will study an important topic, namely calculation of number of particles per unit cell. So this is very important. So coming to the rules for calculating number of particles. The first rule, number 1, each corner particles, say for example I will tell you, so this is the, I will write you the portion of space lattice. So this is so here are the points. This figure was written in the first period itself. So these are called lattice points, and so these are the lattice points, and this is the unit cell. So suppose this is the unit cell. So how many unit cells are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 unit cells are there. So the points here are called corner points. Corner point. The first rule says that this corner particle, say this corner particle is attached to how many unit cells? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this corner particle is shared by 8 unit cells. Therefore, the part of the corner particle, contribution of the corner particle to each unit cell is 1 by 8. So that is the rule number 1. Each corner particle is shared by 8 unit cells. 8 unit cells. Therefore, contribution by the corner particle to the unit cell equals 1 by 8. So similarly, this corner particle is also shared by 8 other unit cells. All corner particles are shared by 8 other unit cells. So this portion I have not written. So for this particle, it is appeared that there are 8 unit cells are here. Similarly, for all other corner particles, each corner particle is attached to 8 other unit cells. Therefore, this corner particle is shared by 8 unit cells, and the contribution by the corner particle to each unit cell is 1 by 8. So if you cut apple into 8 pieces, so each piece is equal to 1 by 8. That is the meaning of this one. Number 2, each face centered particle is shared by two unit cells. Is shared by two unit cells. Say for example, suppose here a face-centered particle. This face-centered particle is shared by this unit cell as well as this unit cell. Similarly, all other face-centered particles, suppose this is here is a face-centered particle. This face-centered particle is shared by this unit cell and the other unit cell. This is the meaning of each face-centered particle is shared by two unit cells. So, contribution by the face-centered particle to the unit cell is 1 by 2, that is half. Therefore, contribution by the face-centered particle to the unit cell is equal to 1 by 2, that is equals half. So each face-centered particle is shared by two unit cells. The part retained by the unit cell is half. And third rule, each body-centered particle, suppose this is the unit cell, so here are corner particles. Each corner particle is shared by 8 other unit cells. Contribution by the corner particle to the unit cell is 1 by 8. So if there is a face-centered particle, each face-centered particle is shared by 2 other unit cells and the contribution by the face-centered particle to the unit cell is half. So consider this is the body-centered particle. This body-centered particle is not shared by any other unit cell, but this body-centered particle is completely belongs to this unit cell. Therefore, it is not shared by any other unit cell. Therefore, the contribution by the body-centered particle to the unit cell is completely 1. So, third rule, each body-centered particle is not shared by any other unit cells, Therefore, contribution by the body-centered particle to the unit cell is equal to 1. That means the body-centered particle is completely belongs to that unit cell only. So lastly, this is an extra information. Each edge-centered particle suppose if there is a particle at the center of the edge, this edge-centered particle is shared by 4 other unit cells. Edge-centered particle is shared by 4 other unit cells. Therefore, contribution by the edge-centered particle to the unit cell is 1 by 4. Each edge-centered particle is shared by 4 other unit cells. Therefore, contribution by the edge-centered particle to the unit cell equals 1 by 4 is equal to 1 by 4. Contribution by the corner particle is 1 by 8. Contribution by the face centered particle is half. Contribution by the body centered particle is 1. Contribution by the edge centered particle is equal to 1 by 4. So these rules you have to remember while calculating the number of particles per unit cell. So now there is a formula to calculate the number of particles. This is the formula. Number of particles per unit cell. Number of particles per unit cell is equal to 1 by 8 into number of corner particles. 1 by 8 into number of corner particles plus 1 by 2 into number of face centered particles plus 1 into number of body centered particles plus 1 by 4 into number of edge centered particles. So number of particles per unit cell equals ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತೋ ಅದು ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನು 1 by 8 ಇಂದ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಟು ದ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈಡ್ ಬೈ ಹಾಫ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಬೈ ದಿ ಫೇಸ್ ಸೆಂಟರ್ಡ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಟು ದ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ಲಸ್ 1 into number of body centered particles. Body centered particles ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೋ ಸೊ ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. 1 into number of body centered particles plus 1 by 4 into number of edge center particles gives you the number of particles per unit cell. So next we will calculate the number of particles in some simple unit cells. First we will know these are all very important. Calculate the number of particles per unit cell in simple cubic or primitive unit cell. Simple cubic unit cell and primitive unit cells are one and same. So what is simple or primitive unit cell? In simple or primitive unit cell, so this is the simple or primitive unit cell where the particles are present. Particles are present only at the corners. Only at the corners. So these are corner particles. Corner particles. So this is simple cube or primitive unit cell. Particles are present only at the corners. So you have to write like this. In simple cubic unit cell, how many? There are 8 corner particles. There are 8 corner particles at the 8 corners. At the 8 corners. There are 8 corner particles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 corner particles at the 8 corners. Next, contribution by each corner particle. Each corner particle to the unit cell is equal to 1 by 8. This is rule number 1. Contribution by each corner particle to the unit cell is 1. So how many corner particles is there? 8 corner particles. So contribution by 8 corner particles to the unit cell is equal to 1 by 8 into 8, that is equals 1. 1 by 8 into 8, that is equals 1. So therefore, how many particles are there per unit cell? The number of particles. Therefore, the number of particles per unit cell in simple cube or primitive unit cell. Unit cell equals 1. So this is how you can calculate. So even though there are 8 corner particles, contribution by each corner particle to this unit cell is 1 by 8. Contribution by 8 corner particles equals 1 by 8 into 1. Therefore, altogether the number of particles per unit cell in simple cubic unit cell or primitive unit cell is equal to 1. So you can use this formula also. Number of particles per unit cell equals 1 by 8 into number of corner particles equals 8. So here there are no face centered particles, no body centered particles and no head centered particles. So the formula ends here. So the second one is also important. Calculate the number of particles per unit cell in face centered cubic unit cell. It is called FCC or cubic close packed unit cell anta barutte. Next, both are one and the same. Adanna CCP antanu barkondiri. Calculate the number of particles per unit cell in face centered cubic unit cell or CCP. So in face centered unit cell, where are the points? Points are present at the 8 corners and also at the center of 6 faces. So this is face number 1, face number 2, face number 3, face number 4. This face center is this one, this face center is this one. So totally how many corner particles are there? There are 8 corner particles and how many face centered particles? 6 face centered particles. So these are face centered particles. This is face centered particles and these are corner particles. So this is FCC, face centered cubic crystal or CCP. So write down in face centered cubic unit cell, in face centered cubic unit cell there are 8 corner particles and 6 face centered particles. 8 corner particles and 6 face centered particles. Next, contribution by 8 corner particles to the unit cell. Contribution by 8 corner particles to the unit cell is equal to 1 by 8 into 8, that is equals 1. So contribution by 1 corner particle is equal to 1 by 8. Contribution by 8 corner particles equals 1 by 8 into 8, that is equals 1. Similarly, contribution by 6 face centered particles. Contribution by 6 face centered particles to the unit cell is equal to contribution by 1 face centered particle to the unit cell is equal to half. This is rule number 2 into 6, that is equals 3. So contribution by 8 corner particles to the unit cell is 1 by 8 into 8, that is equals 1. Contribution by 6 face centered particle. Each face centered particle is shared by 2 other unit cells. Therefore, contribution by face centered particle to the unit cell is a half into 6, that is equals 3. So, therefore, adding 1 plus 3, you will get 4. So, the number of particles per unit cell in FCC or CCP is equal to 1 plus 3, that is equals 4. That is equals 4. So, number of particles per unit cell in face centered cube is 4. So, now let us study the calculate the number of particles per unit cell in body centered unit cell, body centered cubic unit cell it may be. So, in body centered cubic unit cell, where are the points? So, points are present at the corners. These are the corner particles, and one particle is present at the center of the body. So, these are corner particles, and this one is body centered particle. So, this is BCC, body centered cubic unit cell. So, write down. So, in BCC, body centered cubic unit cell, there are there are 8 corner particles. There are 8 corner particles and 1 body centered particle. Body centered particle. Therefore, contribution by 8 corner particles to the unit cell equals 8, 1 by 8 into 8, that is equals 1. Contribution by 8 corner particles equals 1. Then contribution by 1 body centered particle equals 1. Therefore, the number of particles per unit cell in BCC, body centered cubic unit cell, is equal to 1 plus 1, that is equals 2. That is equals 2. So, this is very important. You will be definitely asked to calculate the number of particles per unit cell either in simple cubic unit cell or face centered cubic unit cell or in body centered unit cell. In simple cubic unit cell, the number of particles per unit cell is 1. In face centered unit cell, the number of particles per unit cell is 4. In body centered unit cell, the number of particles per unit cell is 2.